Friday on CBS.
My mother's being a spy.
A mother's disgrace forces Scarecrow and Mrs. King to gamble with national security.
I might get lucky.
You didn't tell us you were having a party.
On Saturdays, it's always a celebration with the fun of CBS Storybook. Fun and the fun.
If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired because of a drug or alcohol problem, the new year could mean a new life for you. Go for it.
You Earth people keep stars in a bowl?
Campbell's Chicken and Star Soup.
Why do you put stars where you speak?
That's the way we eat. Mouth.
This is the way we eat. Campbell's taste good.
Kids may be different, but Campbell's knows what they love. That's why we have 6 delicious soups for kids.
If you eat where you speak, do you drink where you listen?
Campbell's soup is good food.
Well, I got horses coming in and out of here all day long. Mealtime can come differently every day. I get this gnawing in my belly.
Snickers satisfies you.
Nothing satisfies like Snickers. It's a good solid snack.
Packed with peanuts, peanut butter nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate.
Snickers satisfies you.
Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies.
When I'm feeling hungry, Snickers is one thing I know I can count on to satisfy me.
Saturday, her first husband died, but now she's starting over.
Let's get married.
Oh, okay, why not?
There's only one problem.
I'm what you might call a ghost.
It's a hauntingly funny situation.
Do you want to live here with your mother and your dead husband, or do you want to marry me?
Sally Field, Jeff Bridges, and James Caan. Kiss Me Goodbye.
About our favorite subject, Oklahoma weather.
Hello, I'm Police Chief Bob Dick. Every day I'm out in the community talking with our young people, and the majority of these young people take pride in themselves. They take pride in their grades, their education, and achieving their goals. This year, TV2 has made a commitment to all of our young people. Through news stories, on-air public service announcements, and community events, they will be exploring the challenges and opportunities our youth are facing today. Support TV2 in their For Kids' Sake campaign. After all, the future of our community depends on our youth today.
Speak your mind, America. America speaks its mind on Donahue.
Weekdays at 9 on TV2.
You're watching KJRH, TV2, Tulsa.
Hey, guys, what you listening to?
Pop music. Snap, crackle pop music.
Can I listen too?
Sure, just pour the milk. Snap, crackle, pop, talking just for you.
That's some sound system.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, the talking part of this complete breakfast.
Rice Krispies is always music to your ears.
M&M's peanut chocolate candies. You can share them. You can shake them. You can get outrageous with them. One snack at 3 Rice Krispies.
Now, Texas kind of be.
Brave Star.
My Skullwalker will stop you flat, Brave Star.
Skullwalker 3030 Brave Star and Tex Hex Zone 7.
3030 can stand up to your evil Tex Hex. I'll transform Skullwalker and attack from the air. Use your blaster cannon to stop him, 3030. You're grounded, Tex Hex. I'll get you for this.
Skullwalker and 3030 from the world of Brave Star. Other action figures sold separately. New from Brave Star.
This is our bus. This is our bus driver. And this is fun. Fruit corners, fruit roll-ups.
We love a fruit roll-up. Blue. They make a finger slip. Cool. We love the fruit roll-up. We love the little fruit. Let's have more. We have fruit and fun.
Roll the fruit.
We love the crazy big thing too. We love a fruit roll-up.
Introducing the great big taste of new watermelon fruit roll-ups.
Milk it does.
Milk does body.
Milk it does a body good.
Pass it on.
Check it out.
It's so cool for hanging out.
It helps you grow up big and tall.
It's good for teeth.
That's not all. It does. Hey, Mr. Moo, what do you say?
Fresh moo juice makes my day. Milk, it does the body good. Pass it on. Milk, it does.
Milk it does a body.
Milk it does a body good.
Pass it on. Pass it on.
I just love Cookie Crisp cereal.
Taking to disaster.
I'm on a roll. It tastes like little chocolate chip cookies.
And it's a crispy part of this complete breakfast. Hello, Cookie.
I know. Another White House.
If you like cookies, you'll love Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp. This ball isn't normal.
The high bounce ball.
And now you can get one ball free in Cookie Crisp cereal. You can collect them in 5 dazzling colors. These high bounce balls are wild.
Give me an X. Give me an O. Give me tic-tac-toe. Wherever I go, it's X's and O's. Makes me feel so hungry for my tic-tac-toes. They're so tasty.
Chef Boyardee's.
Tic-tac-toes.
New tic-tac-toes, a good hot meal. And when you get 3 X's or O's on your spoon, you win.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Tic-tac-toes.
With and without meatballs.
Constructs.
You build.
Constructs.
Power.
Batteries not included.
Constructs.
You build.
Constructs.
Control.
Constructs.
Action.
Constructs.
Power Creations Constructs from Fisher-Price.
Constructs.
You two gonna win, sir?
Sure, after this complete breakfast, including my frosted flakes, they bring out the tiger in you.
Well, turn it up, okay?
Okay, they're good.
You'll show 'em you're a tiger. Show 'em what you care. The taste of Tony's frosted flakes brings out the tiger in you.
What keeps away frowns isn't for turkeys, keeps you from getting kissed, and best of all, costs no money. Stampers. There's one free and specially marked packages of frosted flakes.
Hi, I'm your Center 2's Karen Keith.
And I'm Tony Casillas of the Atlanta Falcons, and we're getting in shape for the Goofy Game.
And the Goofy Games are a chance for you to team up with Tony and me on March 7th through the 12th at Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
Our team will be trying to win $10,000 for the big brothers and sisters of Green Country.
Just write us a letter or postcard and tell us in 25 words or less why you think you can help us win the cash for Big Brothers and Sisters. That's the Goofy Game. It's P.O. Box 2, Tulsa, 74101.
Join the fun. Call the Girl Scouts.
Last time with Lucky Charms.
Oh no, stuck up here with a whale on me rainbow and swirled whale marshmallows in me cereal.
Come on, let's get him down. Pull!
Whoa!
Yikes! Oh, we made things worse. How long can it keep bouncing?
And how long will there be swirled whale marshmallows in Lucky Charms? That's still up in the air. But you kids can help Lucky and the whale get down on boxes of Lucky Charms, part of this nutritious breakfast.
I woke up in a Soho door where a policeman knew my name. He said, you can't go sleep at home tonight and you can get up and walk away. I staggered back through the underground and the breeze blew back my hair. I remember throwing punches around and preaching from my chair. Well, who are you? I really want to know. I took the tube back out of town, back to the rolling pin. I felt a little like a dying clown with a sweet orange tinted. I stepped back and I hit us and looked back on my busy day. 11 hours in a tin pan, God, there's got to be another way. But who are you? Oh, who are you?
I may live through 2023. I'm not ready to go yet, okay? I'm not ready. You gotta wait. I got shit to do. I'm in the middle of something, all right? Just hold on. You are a cunt. Man or woman, you are a cunt. A C-U-N-T Watt. Cunts. I happen to love the word.
Watch your mouth or don't come in here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, people, come on, we're adults here. You know what?
adults.
What is the point?
Yeah, we're adults here. I got a fucking Burger King fucking thing on my head. We're all fucking adults here, guys. People in my chat, 2 words. What are they? 2 words. Let me see the chat flood. Let me see the chat flood. 2 words. Okay, next caller. Please. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which translate in American to dick and balls.
I got flip-flops. These are my flip-flops. Yeah, I really like my flip-flops because I can like put them on. Because look, watch me put them on. I can put them on all by myself. Watch me put them on. Look, are you watching? Look, these are my flip-flops.
Thanksgiving Day. I remember it clearly. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was inserting myself in somebody else's fucking business as a cash grab, and you know. This channel is harsh reality. Karen Yak se jodió la sucia vida. Amen.
This is Jonathan Lee Riches. I have cheeseburgers. I'm gonna put cheese on them. I'm gonna make sure that I have my hamburgers because I'm a big boy now and I can make the hamburgers. My mom lets me use the stove now.
And I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like they had evidence to back up everything they said. And I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like, this can't. No, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cops and just like soccer moms and shit. Like, that's what made it even crazier. Like,
yeah, get it, Betty. Yeah,
did you have a close relationship with your mom?
Get it, Betty.
Oh, of course, I still do.
Yeah.
My older sister was kind of sad. She was more of the prissy girl, like
that is the best shit fucking
shopping for dresses with mommy. I was the tomboy that liked playing with the kids.
Shout out to Cherry for just being easily the most faithful and loyal supporter that I've ever had. That someone could have that tenacity with loyalty. And I'm really blessed to have someone like Cherry be part of this channel and in my life. So it means a lot. And yes, I named him after Mr. T and Rocky. Say, woman. Say, woman. Say, woman. Since your old man ain't got no heart, why don't you come down to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this little dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Oh, say bye. Say bye. Oh, I love you too. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you. Bye, guys. today sucked. It absolutely sucked. Yeah. I mean, now, not to include the fact that I was on Mike McGrath's the Unsafe Spaces channel with him and Jess. I had a nice time hanging out with them. Bad news during that stream, of course, that we're all aware of. And then I was just on LTL True Crime Podcast, Brian's channel. I had a good time hanging out with him too. Yeah, I am tired, Kim. I'm not going to be doing this one for very long, but I had some requests to go live today, and since I was all set up from Brian's stream, then I figured I might as well just hang out for a little while with you guys, whoever was still up. What's up, buddy? And Clever was asleep, but now he's just I think he's just looking at me like, dude, are we going to bed or what, bro? Because he's been sleeping down here. Bless his heart. Yeah, today was rough, man. I'm gonna play something here, and then I don't even know what we're gonna do, honestly. We're gonna hang out a little bit, but I don't really have anything planned except for maybe sharing some thoughts that I've already shared that most of you guys already saw. So, but yeah, big shout out to Tom CPU, who's in chat right now, for working his ass off out there by the courthouse and giving us such really great coverage of what was going on out there and keeping us updated with the play-by-plays in regards to thanks to the people who were in the gallery and coming out during breaks and giving us a little rundown on everything that was happening in the court. So let's go ahead and play this real quick.
Chris.
All right, Alyssa, thanks. Well, the blogger who's become closely intertwined with the Karen Reed murder case is being held without bail. He's actually facing new charges of assault and battery. WBZ's Tammy Mutasa is live outside of Dedham Court tracking some fast-moving developments in the case. Tammy.
Chris, tonight there is shock from TurtleBoy supporters and his attorney. The entire courtroom gasped when the judge revoked his bail. And now TurtleBoy is locked up on his latest charges of assault and battery and witness intimidation.
Versus Aiden Kearney.
The TurtleBoy blogger Aiden Kearney walked into court, but this time he didn't walk out after a judge revoked his bail. He's charged with shoving his ex-girlfriend.
We're just shocked and disgusted that that's the ruling, and we're going to do everything we can to fight it.
Prosecutors say this weekend, Kearney went to the woman's home, demanded to see her phone, then during a confrontation, he shoved her.
And it's clear that he did not want to leave the premises without those notes, that he put his hands on her, that he shoved her back into a couch, and this constitutes witness intimidation, Judge.
Kearney's lawyer played a recording of a conversation between the two. The prosecutors say she was pushed, but the defense says that's not what happened.
See this for what it is, which is a total fabrication. The tape recording is completely opposite what her sworn affidavit is.
What kind of person would record something like that and put it on YouTube for the entire world to hear?
Outside of court, a war of words were exchanged.
Hold on.
Put it on. What kind of person, Judge, would record something like that and put it on YouTube for the entire world to hear?
I can answer that. Somebody who just found out that he had a bolo out on him, who already anticipated the fact that this woman was acting fishy. And so he decided to record it. And then he decided to put it out there because the court of public opinion absolutely matters. It is exactly what he does. This is what he does. This is what TurtleBoy does. What TurtleBoy does is he collects information, proof, and then puts it out there for the public to see. That right there is proof that he's totally being railroaded. They played it in court, and then they played evidence showed evidence, screenshots, according to the reports that we were getting during Mike McGrath's stream via Tom CPU and Mike McGrath. We were getting those reports, and they showed absolutely no evidence. It was nothing but her word. So that's interesting. So yeah, what kind of person? A journalist. That's what kind of person. Someone whose job it is to collect evidence and then share it with the public. That's exactly what kind of a person that is.
Words were exchanged between TurtleBoy supporters and those who feel empathy for the ex-girlfriend.
I thought the charges today were another attempt to silence him. You know, it seems like for the last couple of months, they've been doing everything they can to weaponize the law, to use it against him and try to keep him quiet.
Men who use violence against women to silence and intimidate them are the worst dregs of our society.
Just last week, Kearney was arraigned on 16 felony charges.
I mean, I agree with them on that. The problem is that we don't know that he used violence, and he absolutely denies it. So, but we haven't seen any evidence of it. We saw evidence. Wow. Hey, man, you didn't have to do that. But you're getting the song. Everybody's getting the song, dude. It's out of my hands, folks.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Brian, thank you, buddy. I was just on Brian's channel, LTL True Crime Podcast. He says, Will, thanks for hanging out on the channel tonight. Great live. Let's do it again sometime. Free TurtleBoy, free Karen Reed, justice for John. Absolutely. I agree. But man, it was my pleasure. That's too generous. I appreciate it, but it's too generous, man. It was my pleasure. Thank you, man. So I'm blown away by this dude's reaction, by Tim Bradle's reaction, who is TurtleBoy's attorney. I don't think that he had any expectation of this outcome. And I think let me just play through the video. Let's just play through the video real quick. Oh, there's Jess right there. Okay. See, I recognized you. Yeah, man. I was grateful to be there. Thanks, man. I enjoyed talking to you.
Including witness intimidation relating to the Karen Reed case. Reed is charged with killing her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe.
We've not yet begun to fight. We're not giving up the battle here.
Now, Kearney pleaded not guilty. Now, he could face up to 90 days in jail in the House of Corrections. Live in Dedham, Tammy Machasa, WBZ News.
All right. So, I mean, when you look at Bradle's reaction, like, he totally came off like I said on Brian's chat, like a coach who just saw a straight up blatant bad call. Almost like a referee was in the pocket of the other team. Almost. I mean, it makes no sense that the judge would rule this. Now, I'm not an attorney. There was probably some technicality where the judge's hands were tied, and he kind of had to. But I mean, there's probably some stipulation in the law. Maybe, okay, we're just going to stick him in jail for 90 days. He violated the conditions of the previous order by getting into trouble. And maybe that was all it took. So, allegedly, not even proof of, but allegedly pushing someone onto a couch is assault. Okay. I mean, that sounds like a real traumatizing experience there, being pushed onto a couch. Sorry, but I don't really, after the recording that I heard and we went over yesterday, I don't have a lot of empathy or sympathy for this woman. I simply don't. And I really don't give a shit what anybody thinks about it, if I'm being completely honest. I don't condone domestic violence. I don't condone anybody putting their hands on anybody. But at the same time, I'm looking at this woman, and I definitely don't condone someone threatening to perform a self-abortion in the driveway of somebody who is just trying to leave in front of her 4 children that she pulls out of bed and then and is going to make them somehow visually participate in such a graphic act. And it's really funny to me because there's people who are just acting like that's not what she said, and it's absolutely what she said. Like almost verbatim, she said, I'm going to take my kids out of bed, I'm going to pack them in the car, I'm going to drive to your house, I'm going to park in your driveway, and then I'm going to wait for these abortion pills to take place or to take effect. I mean, what else do you need? What else do you need? So if you're asking me, and I know I'm going to get shit for this, but if you're asking me if I would push someone onto the couch if they were about to actually do this in order to protect 4 children that aren't even my own, probably. I don't give a shit what her name is, and do not drop her name in the chat, please. So yeah, I mean, he absolutely, according to that recording, he felt like those children were in danger. But the most interesting thing is that he denies emphatically that this happened. He denies ever laying his hands on her at all. So at this point, the prosecution is going to have to prove to me and show evidence that this actually took place for me to look at TurtleBoy like he is a domestic violence antagonizer or aggressor. I'm just not buying it. You know, I need proof. The burden of proof is on, and I would say that about anybody. I have haters on here that people will absolutely attack. I mean, we're talking about JLR earlier. There was there was one live stream I did. Some idiot put me in touch with her. A racist idiot, by the way, put me in touch with her, and this was an ex-girlfriend of Jonathan Lee Rich's. I bring her on the channel, and I had been drinking. My judgment was kind of off because I should have just kind of screened her first, but I didn't. And she comes on, and I'm thinking that she's going to give me all of this information about how he's violent and he has violent tendencies. And there was nothing of the sort. She was just talking about how bad of a boyfriend he was and a bunch of shit that I just didn't care about. And I rudely booted her off, and I don't regret it, and I don't apologize for it. She was a waste of my fucking time, and she was a waste of my viewers' fucking time, and I didn't want her on my channel anymore. So I booted her the fuck off because that shit didn't interest me. I'm not about to tarnish someone's name on things that are not factual. I need proof. If you're going to make accusations, and in all fairness, she didn't make accusations. She kind of did. She implied it when we were speaking on the phone prior. And then I was like, all right, well, let's go live. Are you willing to talk about this live? And then she just did not go through with what she said she was going to talk about. And I just did not feel, I didn't feel like she was being truthful based on that. And so I booted her off. And I did so rudely, and I don't regret it for one bit. So even if I don't like the person, I need proof. I'm not going to just label somebody a woman beater or anything of that nature without proof. Those are serious accusations. So, you know, I find it really funny when I see people who are just jumping to the conclusion that TurtleBoy is guilty of these accusations when there's absolutely no evidence to indicate that he was. Like none at all. I mean, he must be guilty if he was arrested for it, right? I mean, that's the logic. You know, Karen Reed must be guilty if the police arrested her for it, right? I mean, that's the overall logic behind what these people are basing their opinions on. You know, or they just don't like TurtleBoy, so you know they don't like his methods, and that's it. And then they make up their minds on this. And I agree, it is about shutting him up. You're gonna tell me it was a coincidence that this dude, this Mello dude, he was totally caught off guard. The hearing that took place a couple of days ago, where all of these restrictions from TurtleBoy were lifted, the hearing that took place, I mean, we saw that the judge basically just mopped the floor with this prosecutor, Ken Mello. And he was tripping over his words the entire time, and he had nothing to base anything on. He had no case to present. And I believe that they absolutely planned to jam up TurtleBoy and expected it to happen when it was going to happen, had it all planned, but just didn't expect the date to move up. They had to work around that. And so when Ken Mello is stuck standing in front of a judge and has to present a case and doesn't present his case at all, to the point to where the judge is sitting there going, dude, give me something. Give me, like, cite a statute or a past case, anything. What do you want me to do here? When the judge does this and Ken Mello's going, Your Honor, I don't know, $1 bail. I don't know. He wasn't ready for that. But they set that date. They just didn't count on Bradle, TurtleBoy's attorney, moving it up because he had plans of going out of town. They didn't count on that. Right? But then the timeline of events went outside of plan, and then this shit happens. She calls him over, he comes over, and then she starts spouting out all this madness. And the thing is I mean, and I'm only talking about this because it's very public now, and I really don't care about whether or not TurtleBoy got this woman pregnant or not. That's none of my business. But there was reason to believe that she was lying about this. There's very telling behavior coming from her to make him suspicious. He's sitting there saying, well, show me the proof that you're pregnant. I don't believe that you're pregnant. You know? So all of these reasons to think that he was, it's not unfair to think that he was lured over there under these circumstances. And then, I mean, I would just go as far as claiming possible entrapment. I absolutely believe that he was railroaded. I absolutely believe that he was set up. I absolutely believe that this person was a part of it and was working with the DA to basically jam him up. I absolutely believe this. And I have every reason to think more. I have more reason to think that than I do that TurtleBoy actually put his hands on this woman. Why? Because we have a timeline of events that actually dictates and indicates this, right? We have a timeline of events that leads up to this, to where it all adds up and makes sense. Whereas him actually putting his hands on this woman, there's absolutely no evidence of whatsoever. We don't even hear him raising his voice. The only thing we heard him say was that he called her retarded because she thought that Karen Reed was guilty, which we've heard him say 100 times on his channel to anybody who shows up in his chat and says that Karen Reed is guilty, and he'll just call him retarded. I mean, that's not uncommon. That's not unlike him to do. She's aware of this. But I mean, so I mean, this is all, everything leads up to the conclusion. Everything indicates more to the conclusion that this is all part of them trying to disperse the Free Karen Reed movement. And this is all the more reason why it should not. This is all the more reason why everyone who is talking about this needs to keep talking about it. Otherwise, it's all for nothing. Give me just 1 second here, folks. I'm going to play this one more time here.
All right, Alyssa, thanks. Well, the blogger who's become closely intertwined with the Karen Reed murder case is being held without bail. He's actually facing new charges of assault and battery. WBZ's Tammy Mutasa is live outside of Dedham Court tracking some fast-moving developments in the case. Tammy.
Chris, tonight there is shock from TurtleBoy supporters and his attorney. The entire courtroom gasped when the judge revoked his bail. And now TurtleBoy is locked up on his latest charges of assault and battery and witness intimidation.
Versus Aiden Kearney.
The TurtleBoy blogger Aiden Kearney walked into court, but this time he didn't walk out after a judge revoked his bail. He's charged with shoving his ex-girlfriend.
We're just shocked and disgusted that that's the ruling, and we're going to do everything we can to fight it.
Prosecutors say this weekend, Kearney went to the woman's home, demanded to see her phone, then during a confrontation, he shoved her.
And it's clear that he...
Okay, so demanded to see her phone, probably because she told him that she was pregnant, and he wanted to know proof that she was pregnant. I'm guessing that that's the circumstances in which he was lured over to her home. Now, other than that, sorry, I don't know what Clever's doing over here. Clever, what are you doing, buddy? Okay. So, but my newest revelation is the circumstances in which they're going to lock him up, or they're keeping him locked up. It's not, we're too focused on whether or not TurtleBoy actually assaulted this woman. They know that he didn't assault her. The judge knows that he didn't assault her, but it's the witness intimidation that they're holding him on. He's charged with this stuff, but I believe that Ken Mello knows that that stuff is going to get thrown out. They're counting on the witness intimidation charge sticking. The witness intimidation being a violation of the previous stipulations. So that is technically breaking the law. So her claiming, yes, he showed up at my house, and if there was even a whiff of him saying, if you testify, or if you say this, or if you talk to this person, it's witness intimidation. And that's what they're counting on sticking. I don't think that they in a real world could ever even count on the domestic violence charges sticking. I just don't see that. It's ridiculous. So, and I don't know when she became a witness. I have no idea when she became a witness, and that's something that I want to look into as well. Now, I have no interest in finding out who this person is unless it becomes public record in some way. I'm not going to go out and look for this person. I'm not going to go out and ask for information on this person. I don't want it shared in my chat. I have no interest in that, but I'm not in a rush to find out the details that I can perfectly patiently wait for to happen accordingly, and to be made public accordingly. I don't need to find out any information about this person. I know what I heard on that recording. I know what he's charged with. I believe that the person who came out to explain things while Tom was live and while Mike was live, I think adds up to what we're seeing here as far as footage of the courtroom today. So I have no reason to think that all she did was spout out hearsay, and Bradel actually provided evidence that's to the contrary. So this is absolutely a railroad job, in my opinion. Or sorry, Dave. Sorry, I don't know why I confused Mike with Dave. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is absolutely a railroad job for sure. No strays. Number one rule of journalism is cover the story, don't become the story. Unfortunately, TurtleBoy broke that rule and now has to pay for it. Now, explain to me. Now, I appreciate the super chat, but that's actually a really good argument. I'm not going to shoot that down as far as logic goes, because I think it's a very logical thing to point out. But the thing is answer me this: what method of journalism would you have TurtleBoy do and engage in order to actually get the results that he's gotten? Considering who the people are that he has uncovered that have absolutely engaged in misconduct when it comes to a murder investigation, that of a police officer, by the way, and the people that were clearly in that house, who have done everything that they could possibly do to avoid any type of position to where they would have to answer questions truthfully. Explain to me what methods you would have him engage in that are actually going to get the public's attention, because I can't think of any. This is where I decided that I was going to support his methods in this particular case. Normally, in other cases, I would not support his methods, but I don't see how they weren't necessary in order to show the public what he's uncovered. I don't know that the woman is a witness in the case against him. I honestly don't know. And some are saying, well, why the hell would he go over there? I'm going to point out 2 points. The first point being, well, as far as him going over there, I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit here and blame somebody for putting himself in a position. We don't know the circumstances of why he went over there, but I mean, if the reason why, the second thing is the reason why he went over there is because she told him she was pregnant. How is he, as a man, not supposed to? He's going to say, well, you know what? Fuck all that. I'm not going near this person. She's a witness in this case. I'm not going near this person. As a man who has kids of his own, how is he supposed to avoid that issue? How's he supposed to avoid going over there and facing somebody who is telling him, hey, I'm pregnant and I'm about to take a pill or pills that are going to end this pregnancy, and I can't be alone, and you're the one who should be here for that? I mean, that's a surefire way. I don't care what earthly reason you're telling me that I can't be in that situation. I'm still going to do it, and I'm going to face the consequences. So be it. But it's almost a foolproof way to manipulate somebody and entrap them, who actually has a conscience and is actually somebody who takes responsibility and takes accountability for his actions. So, I mean, if those are the circumstances in which she lured him over there. I mean, I don't see him doing anything else. I would have done that. Okay, she's a witness. She's a witness for the prosecution in his intimidation cases. But if I have a history with her and she's saying that she's pregnant, well, I have to go face that. I have to go deal with that. You know, but I mean, at what point has it been addressed that she actually proved that she was pregnant? I mean, I'm gonna want to see a pregnancy test. I'm gonna want to see if she went to a doctor. I'm gonna want to see, results from a doctor. You know, this is if you're calling me to tell me this, I have a right to proof of this, especially if there's a complicated situation where you are lined up to testify against me and have me locked up. I need proof. I need to know. And then I need to know where I'm going to go from there. But then again, one might argue, hey, maybe he should have just called his lawyer. And who knows? Maybe Bradel said, hey, go over there. You know what I mean? But I don't. The only circumstances that I can imagine why I would go over there in that situation is if she tried to entrap me with that type of news. Other than that, if you're a witness for the prosecution, against me, I'm not coming near you with a 10-foot pole. You know what I mean? But I don't think that puts him to blame for accusations of domestic violence. If he's being wrongfully accused, he's being wrongfully accused. He's the victim here. And I'm not about to start victim blaming. And I know some people are going, well, you're victim blaming right now. She's the victim. Show me the proof that she's the victim. Show me the proof that she's the victim. Show me anything that indicates her credibility when it's just her word. Because that's all we have is her word versus audio evidence that she is completely unhinged. So if I'm a juror in TurtleBoy's trial, I'm going, nope. Nope. See, I love this. Aiden knows it's true. You will see the truth. He is deceiving you. He's not deceiving me of anything. I mean, how is he deceiving me? My opinion on the Karen Reed and John O'Keefe case is based on documentation. Legal documentation. That's it. And yeah, a lot of it has to do with, so what are you saying? That TurtleBoy released video footage and photographs of the McCabe's and the Proctors being chummy and they're doctored in some way? Is that why they call him Dr. TurtleBoy? Because they're doctored in some way? I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Right. Brian Fitz, absolutely right. I went over the documents before I even looked into TurtleBoy. I made sure of that. I made a conscious decision to do that. Because I was warned up and down about TurtleBoy by people like Nima. I was warned up and down. They were like, no. He's just like JLR. Watch out. And I was like, okay. And then once I was ready to look into TurtleBoy, I was like, okay, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference here. And then I thought, well, the case is completely different. And the difference between JLR and TurtleBoy is JLR did prison time for fraud, for literally being a liar. for literally fabricating, stealing. I mean, right there, that guy's credibility is shot with me. That guy's going to go out there and report on something. I'm going to be like, that guy's a convicted fucking liar. I don't have any interest in this guy or anything that he says. Oh, don't pay him no mind, Brian Fitz. He's an idiot. Understand something. I've explained this before. Understand that there are certain channels right now that I've had history with, and they are doing everything they can to discredit and attack me now. And these are drama channels. They're not true crime channels. They use the drama of true crime cases to stir up drama within the community between creators. Don't even take that bait. Let them talk the shit that they want. I honestly don't care about it. What's really bothering them is the growth. That the more that TurtleBoy, the more that TurtleBoy is railroaded, and it's clear that it's happening, the more the numbers grow as far as support for Karen Reed, which is exactly what TurtleBoy anticipated, which is exactly what I anticipated, which is exactly what most of you have anticipated. Those of you with common sense, those of you with critical thinking skills, you anticipated this. Everything is unfolding exactly as predicted. Everything is. There's nothing that's going on right now that's a shocker. I like people who are surprised. There's nothing going on right now that's a shocker. You know, the people that are TurtleBoy haters, they're not surprised because they're like, finally, you know, the real TurtleBoy is revealed. But even though there's no evidence of it, but those of us who have been following this and actually support the things that TurtleBoy has done, we're also going, yeah, this is what he's been talking about every Tuesday and Saturday is when he goes live. This is what he's been talking about. He's like, I'm not going to be shocked. I'm totally ready to go to jail. I mean, I'm not going to be shocked if they find some bullshit to some method, some way to railroad me and throw me in jail. He's been saying this. This is all predicted. All of it. So, I mean, none of us should be shocked here. The idea here is just to press forward, you know, press forward. Keep in mind what all this is about. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing chess, TurtleBoy, he's a chess piece, a powerful one, a queen that you move, or a king, whatever. I didn't mean to call him a queen, but I'm saying the ultimate, the chess game itself is the ultimate, the ultimate, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh man, I'm having a brain fart. It's been a long day. This is the Karen Reed case, the John O'Keefe case. This is what this is all about. It's what this is all about. This isn't about TurtleBoy. TurtleBoy is just a part in all of this. That is a very large saga that when this is looked back on later and this entire story is told after there is a verdict in the Karen Reed case, this is merely going to be a part of that. This is not even its own story. The TurtleBoy aspect of this is not its own story. It is a part of the John O'Keefe, Karen Reed story. And that's the way we need to be looking at this. And I'm sure, I would bet money that TurtleBoy is encouraging you all to think of it that way himself. So the grand scheme of things, the big picture here is the Karen Reed John O'Keefe case. Now, the issue we have to keep in mind, folks. Excuse me, real quick. No strays. Thank you so much. TurtleBoy could have provided legal commentary from home. Plenty of people are covering Karen Reed's case. He's the only one in jail for a reason. He went too far for clicks. So you're saying that you're saying that he would have gotten the reactions from the people who he's putting pressure on by doing that from home. There's a reason why he has so many people following him versus the other people that are covering the case. See, you sitting there and saying something proves my point that much more. You're sitting here saying there's plenty of people covering this case, like me, for instance, right? Plenty of people covering this case from home, right? But would he have the following that he has right now? Would we have the information that he's provided now? I mean, no. the easy answer is no. What he has done is absolutely necessary to get the truth. So, I mean, so yeah, you answered your own question. There are plenty of people covering this, but none of them have gotten the public attention that is necessary to look into this and demand justice for John O'Keefe the way TurtleBoy has. There's no denying that. It's just that simple. There's no denying that fact. There's a reason why. It's not because he won a popularity contest and it's a big crapshoot over who's going to get the most views talking about the John O'Keefe Karen Reed case. It's about the person who actually does the most investigating and actually uncovers more facts, which is exactly what he did. He's getting the recognition that he's getting because everything that he has shown and said has had proof behind it and has convinced logical people that there is something seriously wrong with this investigation. That's why he's getting the most attention versus other YouTubers. Right, agreed, Hillbilly Nitro. It's all collateral damage for the grand scheme of things, for the bigger picture. Again, TurtleBoy absolutely anticipated this. But now, I mean, and this is the funny thing, is nobody's talking about this. I'm wondering what Jennifer Coffendorfer has to say about the fact that Timothy Bradle's private investigator under his employ was arrested for witness intimidation by simply knocking on someone's door, doing their job, asking questions. That's what an investigator is supposed to do, private or otherwise. That's their job. He's under the employ. This investigator is under the employ of an officer of the court. He had every right to knock on a witness's door and ask them questions in order to sufficiently defend Timothy Bradle's client. That's the idea. So I'm dying to know, like, what the exact circumstances were that he was arrested, because as I understand it, again, I only heard this to be true. I don't know if it's fact, so don't quote me on it. But as I understand it, he knocked on somebody's door. They refused to answer. They refused to answer any questions, which is perfectly within their rights to just simply say, I decline to answer any of your questions. Okay, have a nice day. Bye-bye. And then get pulled over by a cop and arrested for witness intimidation. See, that right there what the prosecution, it comes off as absolutely desperate by the prosecution, A, and B, that desperation coming from the prosecution absolutely indicates to me that there was no that the grounds for witness intimidation against TurtleBoy fall under the same shadiness. They fall under the same shade. So, I mean, so here we're going to sit here and go, oh, okay, well, TurtleBoy, it's justified that he's in jail and he's been charged with witness intimidation, but it's not justified that his attorney's private investigator was arrested for the same thing by doing their job, by doing nothing but their job. I mean, where's the logic there? Jennifer Coffindoffer, I'd like to hear it. I mean, I won't be able to hear her response because she blocked me, yet she tagged me in a tweet. I had to have somebody send me a screenshot of it. Right. Young Jerks. I don't know what the circumstances of that are, so I can't confirm or disconfirm that, but thank you, Young Jerks. She's a witness for the Karen Reed case, meaning the alleged victim of domestic violence here. She's a witness for the Karen Reed case. Wonder how long she's been working for the state prosecution. Now, yeah. Okay, so you've confirmed and major media did today too. So, I mean, right. But no, this doesn't stink all to high heaven. You know, she doesn't have a motive or an agenda to set him up, right? I mean, that's the motive and agenda, to set him up. There is no more stronger motive to set up TurtleBoy other than her actually being a witness for the prosecution in the Karen Reed case. Now, why TurtleBoy was fucking her, I have no idea. Don't even want to know. None of my business. It just simply boils down to the fact that she still has yet to provide proof. And yet there's motive as to why she would play a hand in absolutely railroading him. So, I mean, this is just silly to me. And it's obvious. I mean, and again, this is going to take a while. I think that Bradel absolutely has every intention of filing an official complaint with the FBI and the Department of Justice. And I think that we may not see any results from that for a long while, because again, these federal investigations do take a long time. So, I mean, don't be shocked if TurtleBoy has to spend the full 90 days there, or they find some other thing to charge him with and keep him in jail for as long as it takes, because now he's still in jail. Make no mistake, he's already behind bars. So once they got him in there, he's at their disposal unless Bradel can come up with some sort of rabbit out of a hat to get him out of there. And I'm really hoping he does, because I don't think that TurtleBoy belongs in jail. I don't. I think that the worst possible punishment that TurtleBoy deserves is for people who don't approve of his methods to simply not watch him. Aside from that, I haven't seen any evidence otherwise as to justifying the charges against him and him being locked up. I just don't see anything. So, and again, right there, that's another string on the board that's wrapped around the push pins leading from Karen Reed to TurtleBoy and him being locked up. That's another piece of yarn, because that piece of yarn, I mean, think about that. Think about it. Like that right there, if she is a witness for the prosecution and not his case, but the Karen Reed case, and he has this altercation with her where she is absolutely showing to be the aggressor. And this guy said foolishly before he had any grounds to do so that he was seeking a dangerousness hearing. And then all of a sudden, there's grounds for a dangerousness hearing. Imagine that. Imagine that. That now all of a sudden there's grounds for a dangerousness hearing. After the fact. When the court date that took place the other day was moved up. Wasn't supposed to take place until after this incident where he is supposed to be dangerous towards this person. So yeah, I call total bullshit. I call total bullshit. I mean, the guy showed his hand. We're seeking a dangerousness hearing based on what? The judge was even like, on what? Like, why? What do you? I would urge Your Honor to fashion something. That you want me to fashion something, which basically translates to, I would urge Your Honor to make some shit up that's going to keep him from walking out of here today. I mean, the judge was like, what? Dude, do you realize what you sound like out loud? Okay, see, I'm getting different reports on that, so I don't know. And so, yeah, so Karen Reed, sorry, Jennifer Coffendorfer, does one of these here. And it's pretty funny. Okay, so she puts out this post and tags me in it, but she tags Defense Diaries in there, which is cool, but she tags Harsh Reality in there, which, like, I don't like that dude, and it bugs me that we agree on something. If I'm being totally honest, I think that guy sucks. And I've reviewed him more than once on this channel, and yeah, I don't know why she's tagging the both of us, but what I find really interesting about this is that she tags me but has me blocked. So, like, I get the notification and I'm like, okay, that I can't view the post, but I'm tagged in it. And I'm like, oh, please let it be who I think it is. And sure enough, it was Coffendorfer. And I mean, right there, to me, that's extremely telling. This is a coward. This is an absolute coward. She tags me to gloat at the fact that TurtleBoy was arrested, but will not allow me to be in a position to debate her or reply even. This is somebody who is showing that she is afraid of the truth. She's afraid, yet shitty enough to gloat about something that can easily be rebutted. I mean, Just to name a few, you hitched your loyalty to a cart in moral decay. I think Cletus, she's referring to TurtleBoy, may be directing some of his ire your way. Anyway, bond revoked. Blogger's reign of terror against witnesses in the John O'Keefe murder is coming to an end. It's a very bold thing to say right there, but especially the fact that it's not coming to an end. It's actually just beginning. It's actually just beginning. Because what's going to end up happening is there were a lot of news cameras out there today. All of this is being documented. All of this is going to be applied to the public being informed of what's happening with the Karen Read trial. Once the Karen Read trial actually starts, this stuff is going to be applied, and he's going to have more popularity. Like the fact that they're not seeing the Streisand effect actually taking place, not taking effect. I mean, you could look at my channel alone. Look at my channel alone. All I've been doing is just talking about the events that are taking place in this case, and my channel is growing due to it, and I'm very grateful for that. But it's evidence. It's evidence that what what this woman is saying in this tweet is 150% bullshit. Because I'm just a drop in the bucket. All this means, my channel growing, all this means is that more and more people are becoming aware of this case. And why are people becoming more and more aware of this case? Because TurtleBoy is under this kind of scrutiny. And I've been talking about it. And people are becoming more and more interested. People are looking this way and going, oh shit. This is the reality of the situation. More and more people are becoming more and more aware of the Karen Read trial that is coming up because of TurtleBoy's attention that he's getting from the press. And he's going to continue to get attention from the press. Every time that Bradel is going to file a motion, which I guarantee you he's going to file plenty of them. Every time he does this, TurtleBoy's going to get press. The longer he sits in jail, TurtleBoy's going to get press. And then people who are making documentaries, people who are writing books are going to take an interest in TurtleBoy. They are absolutely and totally martyring TurtleBoy by locking him up, which is their doing. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm not doing anything. You know, contrary to what Coffindoffer's tweet says here, I got nothing to do with that. This is just people taking an interest. More people are taking an interest in my channel because more people are taking an interest in this case. People are looking this way because the longer this goes on, TurtleBoy is being absolutely and totally railroaded. And the more this happens, the more signs of it, the more obvious it becomes. I mean, there's no denying this. And the more shady shit that takes place, the louder I'm going to get about it. I can only do so much with my platform. Now, I do hope to at least at some point, because I feel very, very connected to the community in Massachusetts. I've grown to have somewhat of a connection with you guys that are local there, and I'm grateful to have gotten this camaraderie with you guys and your support. And I 100% support you. And I want to be able to express that support in person like you guys are. I want to be able to be on the front lines with you guys because I truly do believe in what's going on here and what you guys are doing. So somehow or another, I'd like to be able to get out there and at least show my support with you guys in person and be shoulder to shoulder with you guys, because I feel like that's the least that I can do. Because I do feel very strongly about this case, and I don't like that Turtle Boy is not out there being able to do that with you guys either. And I feel like I owe it to him to show him that kind of support by showing you guys support in person, because you're the reasons why he is, getting the media attention that he's getting, because it's you guys that are assembling out there with your signs and with your shirts and with your Christmas ornaments and all of these amazing things that you are doing to show support for Turtle Boy. That's what's bringing all of this public attention. That's why what you guys are doing is so important, and that's why it's so important for you guys to continue doing it, and to continue doing it in the fashion that you've been doing it. All you have to do is stay consistent. That's it. This Turtle Boy being locked up, it's designed to discourage you. It's designed to scare you that this could happen to any one of you. You guys could get locked up. And that's absolutely true. You are taking a risk. I mean, if they can lock Turtle Boy up under these trumped up charges, if they can lock up the Canton 9, or at least charge the Canton 9 under these trumped up charges, if they can charge that dispatcher with trumped up charges, they can absolutely charge any of you who are out there holding a sign and showing support in person in exercising your freedom of assembly. They can absolutely do this to any one of you. And you guys in numbers showing that kind of support and exercising your First Amendment rights, that's what's getting press. And the most effective way to get Karen Read justice is to get eyes from all over the country and even parts of the world on this case, and to have them look into the facts of this case. That is extremely important. So the reason why Turtle Boy is getting the attention from the press, and the reason why Karen Read is getting the attention from the press, make no mistake, is because of what you guys have been doing based on the information that Turtle Boy has provided you, and based on Sleuthy Goosey's Karen Read spreadsheet, that these things are all playing a factor in a one hand washes the other kind of fashion. And so it's really, really important that this just simply continues. And it's not my place to tell you guys or to advise you guys to put yourselves in any risk. But I will say that that's what Turtle Boy has done everything for. This is what that's for, is for you guys to be able to feel free enough to do that, to be able to stand tall as American citizens and exercise your American rights, your God-given rights in the town where these freedoms and these amendments were conceived and fought for. So you guys are fighting for yourselves. When you guys go out there and you stand out there with your free Karen Read signs and with your free Turtle Boy signs and journalism is not a crime, all of those things, you're fighting for yourselves. You're fighting for your children. You're fighting for your loved ones, your young loved ones who are going to grow up in America. Now, what America they're going to grow up in is up to you. It's up to all of us to use our voices and speak our minds, because we all have a voice, and there is nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with exercising your voice. It is your responsibility that if you value freedom, you exercise your freedoms. It is not just your right, it is your responsibility to do so, especially when you are seeing absolute evidence that those freedoms are in danger of being taken away from you. Because if they can take them away from TurtleBoy, if they can take them away from the Canton Nine, if they can take them away from the dispatcher, they can take them away from you. And exactly, Karen, it takes a village. This is the literal example of that old saying that it takes a village. This is a prime example. TurtleBoy being locked up is designed to deter you and discourage you from fighting for your right to speak up, to assemble and speak up. As long as you continue to do it peacefully, you are being a patriotic American. And you should be proud of yourselves. I'm proud of myself for what I'm doing here with my channel. I would like to do more. I would like to stand side by side with you. So I'm hoping to be able to do that at some point. I can't do it coming up January 5th, but I'm hoping sometime in the near future, save a little money, make some plans, and then me and Clubber will be out there hanging out with you guys. So that's my intention. So I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. I feel like I've been on YouTube all day because I kind of have. But yeah, these it's real important that we just continue down the very same path, because like I said, if you're a supporter of TurtleBoy, and you are consumed with the gratitude that you have, that the gratitude for him for inspiring you, let his work inspire you. Let his work inspire you. Because if we just allow this to deter us, then everything, like TurtleBoy's sitting in jail for nothing. Make what he's sitting in jail for mean something. That's completely up to us to make what he's sitting in jail for right now mean something. We have the ball. It's time to run with it. Guys, I love you very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.